with another video. And in this video, it's going to be pretty random, but everything I'm talking about is going to be out of the top of my head, but it's just been on my mind. So I feel like I should say something because I want to know if anybody else sees this, understands this, or, you know what I'm saying, who feels the same way. I just want to get all opinions all aside because I've done some research on YouTube and nobody's even talking about this. And I think it's because it's just never really been put on the front street to discuss. So I just want to talk about how there is a difference in black people and like black people that's raised around mostly black people and black people that's been raised around mostly people of an opposite race, whether it be white, whatever, right? So I feel like in growth and development that makes a difference in how somebody comes about, like how they're different, like even with black people. And I know somebody in it's gonna watch this can agree or knows what I'm talking about. Like when you are a black person and you grow up mostly around white people, even when you are in groups or areas where you are surrounded by just black people, and especially like black people who grew up mostly around other black people, like they know that you grew up around white people without you saying anything. You don't have to say a word. All you have to do is show up and attend and be like, "Oh yeah, that's somebody black that grew up around mostly white people." Like, and I don't know what the bias really is, but I know that there is one. So there is racism amongst black people, and that's kind of where it comes from. And somebody can say whatever they want to about it. It's real. I know it's real. Whatever. Somebody has to know this. Like, don't like, and it goes with you, you know what I'm saying, and from the time you're a kid to the time you're an adult. Now let me give you a little bit backstory about myself. Like, I've always been proud of my blackness, okay. But however, I will say the majority of the people that I've been around growing up that were black was maybe a few black people that I might have known, just, in walks of life, very few, you know what I'm saying? And my family, that's it, you know what I'm saying? Growing up as a kid, from the time I was in kindergarten to the time I was like to the fourth grade, I was, well, up until like the third grade, I was the only black girl in all my classes, except for the third grade and the fourth grade. And that was it until I reached middle school, which was completely different because two elementary schools converged together in middle school. So the mostly black school, like the other side of the tracks or whatever, and the side of the tracks I come on, because I lived in a mostly white neighborhood, right, like dead end street. That's when they all actually converted together and went to the same middle school because there was only one middle school in my area. Okay. But up until then, I was raised mostly around white people. Okay. And not like I just had something against white people, but I could tell that they really did not even want me there. I was too different from them. My hair texture was too different. How I talked, how I looked, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the girls and stuff, they didn't want to play with me or hang out with me because I was the black girl. Like I was very much isolated a lot growing up. And I'm sure somebody else watching, either whether it be male or female, has been through this and felt the same way, got that same kind of feeling, growing up. So like it makes it hard when you're subject to that, because when you get older, it's like you're not, I'm gonna say, like, not as comfortable being around mostly black people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. It's weird. So, and I'll say that it's like it affects other things about your life. It affects you socially with black people. Uh in general. Like even with making friends and stuff like that in school and when you're an adult. Um Sometimes as far as making friends and stuff goes, and say that you didn't like grow up around each other, it's easier for you to make friends with other black people that kind of grew up either a mostly around white people, or they were like upper middle class or upper class. Like those are the people that actually want to have a conversation with you, and you can have a conversation with them, and y'all can kind of get along. But if you talk to somebody black who's more like lower poverty level or lower middle class or whatever, that's being raised mostly around black people, I mean, like every corner, every store, everywhere they go, there is nothing but black people. Those they are two different types of black people. I'm gonna say that. Like nobody else is, so I'm just gonna say that. I'll say when it comes to dating and relationships, that's different too. Like it's hard for someone who, like I said, who's been around mostly white people all their life to date somebody who's been around mostly black people all their life, because they're not gonna see you like how you actually want to be seen. They're not going to see you just for you. Like they're going to play you like you're green or you don't know that much or you're not cultured enough. Like the relationship is going to have certain weird clashes and stuff because what you find normal in your life is not normal in their life, or what you find acceptable or unacceptable is not going to be the same. Like it's going to clash. I'm sorry. It just is, okay? I'm just being real. I'm just speaking my piece on it. Now, I'm not saying that those type of couples can't work things out and they can't be together. I'm saying that they're gonna bump heads on stuff when it comes to uh what blackness is in their culture and what is acceptable, what's unacceptable, what's normal, what's not normal, etc., etc. Okay, and even in the workplace, like when it comes to like working with people, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be in the friend group or with the black girl, even if there's a few of them or whatever, that, or maybe it's just one, but if she just grew up mostly around black people and that she could tell that you did, because it's like people can smell it on you or see it in your eyes or something, I don't know, but they could tell. So like they're not even going to be want to be cool with you because they don't think that you're, I guess, good enough or acceptable enough to be around. Or I don't know. So maybe somebody else give me their opinion on how that is. Write it in the comments below or whatever. But it's just something that I have noticed, and I feel like it plays a role in people's growth and development. I really do. I remember as a kid one time, in this predominantly black area, right? They were actually creating scholarships, and they have these scholarships and stuff out now, but they don't realize what they how they originated. The scholarships was for white kids so they could go to school with other white kids, because most of the schools were majority black, so where they would create scholarships to allow them to go to a different school. And I found that really interesting because there was none of that kind of stuff being taken into consideration for black people and black kids. Like even when we was kids, and say there were other, like maybe that might have been like 10, 15 black students at the entire school. Everybody's writing a school about 300 kids, right? Nobody really considered like making sure all the black kids had another black person, or a group the black kids together into one classroom. No, that wasn't a real thing. There was no scholarship for it. There was nothing in place where I was from. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really deal with that. And for the most part, I mean, I got through it, but it sucked. I was isolated a lot. I already didn't really have the best social skills in the world from other things with my background. But, that just made things magnified by the thousands, you know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to speak on that and just be like, let that be known that it is a thing. It really does exist. And I know somebody else feels the same way that I feel. Comment below, like the video, share it, you know what I'm saying, to other people, because I want to like other people to get their opinions on this. But anyway, I just wanted to make that quick little video, whatever, to let y'all know like what's just been coming across my mind here lately. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I may make another one after this, but comment below, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. I'm just curious. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye.